people? Welcome to another Chelsea live stream. It's been a while since I've got the boys with me today, but unfortunately, before the international break, Chelsea have not got the win confirmed. We played very, very good. Obviously, we'll get into it. I'm not overly too angry or disappointed. Well, actually, not disappointed, definitely, but we'll get into it. I'm joined here for the Chelsea 1, Crystal Palace 1 live review. Myself, Mr. Syndrome, Mr. Alfred. Obviously, we've been speaking during the game on our groups and moments of decent play. Especially in the first half, I felt we could have had 2 or 3 goals. Madueke had a few chances. Cole Palmer had a few chances. Even the Enzo Fernandez balls that we're seeing over the top, says Fabregas S. It looked good in my opinion. And then obviously one brilliance from Crystal Palace, and of course, look who it was, Eze. A fantastic goal. Sanchez. Don't think he could have done anything better for that one, in my opinion. I felt it was just a good goal. But look, enough of me talking. Sindre, how are you feeling about this game?
Well, looked very, very good in the first half. Of course, a brilliant counter-attacking play from Chelsea to get the first goal. Really well used by Noni, using his pace to get away from Hughes and then passing it perfectly to Palmer, who then just toe pokes it into Jackson, who then slots it into an open net.
Yeah, yeah,
Looked very good in first half, like you said. Didn't see much of the second half because I had to help my brother with something. But yeah, from what I could see, the second half looked a little bit more cagey because both are there. We're drawing. We're trying to see what you can do to get the goal, to maybe win the game. But yeah, wasn't the result they of course wanted before an international break. But of course, now it's 2 weeks until the next game. Of course, congratulations to all the Chelsea players that have been called up for their national teams. Wesley Fofana have been called up to France. Uh, Bernardo Vega, Pedro Neto, and João Felix for Portugal. Noni, Palmer, Colwell for England. So, and I think there's more as well. So congratulations to them. Hope they have a good and injury-free international break. Hopefully Malo Gusto is
we got Blue on.
okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, didn't see what happened, but heard he went, got a knock with or got a cramp, and hopefully it's not that bad, because if that happens, we really don't have a right back. Then we will have to use Disasi there, and to be honest, in that case, we can't do that anymore. But what I would have done was would have called up Trevor Chalobah and said, "We have a right back position available. Do you want to come back?"
yeah.
But
I mean,
he's unfortunately on loan at Palace, so we can't do that. But I would have done that, because then we could have played with Trevor Chalobah right back, for Fofana and Colwell as the two centre backs, uh, Cucurella at the left back position, and inverted Cucurella, which worked so well under Pochettino, and I thought we were going to invert him if that was the case, but it looks like we're more tending to invert Gusto,
Gusto. Yeah,
and
that's what.
I honestly don't think it's working. I feel like Cucurella would suit that position so much better, and from what I've seen with how Cucurella have been playing, he is of course playing out wide, when we're trying to force the opposition team to press us.
Yeah,
He is playing out wide. That's where Gusto is at his best. I feel Cucurella is better in the middle, and
yeah.
Gusto is better out wide.
We saw it last season.
So why aren't we? Why aren't Maresca? I think it's because, like, I don't think he trusts Chile enough or Disasi. That's why I don't understand why Chalaba, who was so excellent for us last like the second half of last season, who is also versatile. He can play as more of a defensive midfielder. He can play as a right back. We have seen he has been comfortable there, and he can play as a centre back. And he would have been a good like player to play on that right centre back position, and then invert Kukurea and play Colwell out wide. But I don't think he also trusts Colwell's defensive capabilities out on the flank. I think their trust for Wesley Fofana's defensive capability much more, because we see Fofana basically playing as a right back when we're building up.
Yeah, there's a few things. So obviously, we'll get Alfred's opinion next for sure. Just everyone tuning in, man. Keep liking the video. Let us know your comments in let us know your comments down below. Actually, on the man of the match, who stood out for you guys, and also look, we'll get into the Jackson and Duran stuff. I think you guys are pushing quite a lot. I can't really see what improvement we'll see from those two players. I think Jackson's getting his goals. All we said was as long as he scores, he shuts everyone up. So that's look, he's doing his job, if you know what I mean. So, but what I've definitely noticed, okay, is that the defense wasn't too bad today compared to the other games, in my opinion. But when we conceded, after we concede, we just lose our heads. And what annoys me the most is that Enzo and Casado go in, they lose the second ball, and it's so open, and
Yes.
that annoys me the most. Okay, I'm not angry at them about making chance in that. They had a decent game today. I'm not gonna be too harsh on them today, but it's just moments where if both attack and we lose every ball in that middle of the pitch, we just leave the defense so stranded, and then we're very very under pressure. Now, obviously, we saw. I think Sanchez got a save from one of the Crystal Palace defenders or midfielders in the middle of the box when he just shot it straight at him when the cutback, you know. But look, Alfred, sorry about me and Sindre. We've been talking quite a lot. We'll let you
Ah,
talk.
so good.
We'll see what you say. I mean, look, Arsenal dropped points yesterday. It was nearly a perfect weekend. We could have been like 1 point behind, and maybe our worrying season might be not too bad to a decent start. So, what do you make of the game today?
Well, you know what pisses me off even more? Liverpool and Manchester United are playing each other too.
Yeah,
So there was going to be points dropped in that game as well. This was a really good opportunity. Like, far out, man. So frustrating. And it looked, I know it's early on in the season, but, and I shouldn't be too happy about 1 point instead of three. But when you consider the way the last few minutes left went, especially the last minute when they had a corner, and I was absolutely shitting myself. I was just I was waiting for the worst, and I thought, please God, just let this game end with a point for us, and it did. So I'm thankful for the point, because every point in the Premier League counts. One is a lot better than zero, but still, how we started the game, um, and how it ended, very, very disappointing, because I was saying to Sindra backstage before the stream, I was watching this team in the first half, and I was thinking, there is no way we are not winning this game today. Like, we just looked so good. Um, and then, like you mentioned just before, um, conceded a goal. It went. It felt like we got a lot lazier. We just weren't as up for it anymore. Performances dropped, and yeah, very very frustrating. And although we still created some chances in the second half, we did have some chances to win it. I thought Jackson was going to win it for us for a sec, but he didn't, unfortunately. Yeah, what can I say, boys? The
beat
only
him.
thing I can say is, thankfully we didn't lose.
Yeah, I mean, look, obviously, as long as we didn't lose, that's the most important thing. It's just with the fixtures coming up in October or November, the very, very difficult ones where the pressure will be on to pick up certain point. Even a draw in some of those games would be very beneficial with the way we're playing. I mean, look, it hasn't been judging from the first three games, it hasn't been bad, guys. Honestly, I'm talking about the
No.
league only. By the way, I know Servette was kind of embarrassing, which is why we didn't even do a review. I know Sindri wanted to do one, but I was just like, look, bro, there's no point. We're through. But
we still got through.
yeah, we got through. That was the most important thing. But the first three Premier League games, even though we lost against City, I just felt it was okay. I felt against City we done okay. I don't think it was bad in my opinion.
Yeah.
I know
Well,
Haaland
we
destroyed
could
our
have won
defense.
that game.
as
We could have
usual.
won that game with some chances that we had.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, look, Jackson had a few chances. It was just like, the results hasn't gone our way. We should be on 6 out of 9. That's what we should be on.
Yeah.
Or at least 7 out of 9, in my opinion. But that's football, man. That's football. I mean, Madueke on his day, if we had 10% of him from the last game against Wolves, he would have scored at least one of those chances, in my opinion. He was very, very unlucky. Even the Enzo ball over the top, he had hit with his right foot. The goalkeeper just about saved it. Reflexes. It happens, guys. I mean, on another day, it would have been a goal. Palmer should have scored in the first half. Madueke should have scored in the first half. It's just one of those days, man. I put them in my FPL. Sindre, I know you put some bad luck in my team or something.
Hey, Palmer got an assist though.
Yeah, I mean, it's not enough, man. I need Madueke to score at least. I put Madueke in, and look.
Yeah, that's why you should never put someone in after a good performance, like a hat trick in an FPL, because
I've always had Palmer, buddy. I've had
yeah,
Palmer.
no, I'm not talking about Palmer. I'm talking about Noni. Like, of
He
course,
should have scored. He should have scored those chances, bro.
he should maybe have, but you should never, if you see someone score a hat trick, unless it's say Erling Haaland or someone else, like maybe sometimes Ollie Watkins or Alexander Isak. But to be honest, you should never pick someone in an FPL team if they have just come off a hat trick, because the chance of them to then score in the next game is slim, in my opinion. That's why I didn't change anyone out for Nani, and I think he had the biggest increase in player buys this week because of the hat trick last weekend. So people,
just quickly, sorry. Did Tottenham win?
no, they lost. Newcastle 1-1.
Oh, they lost.
Yeah, Newcastle 1-1.
Oh, thank
That
God
makes
for that.
it even fucking worse now.
I would have.
Tottenham were all over Newcastle. I saw it. Tottenham were all over them. And they lost.
I would have loved for it to be a draw,
Yeah.
because that means both Tottenham and Newcastle lose points.
I need to look at the league, bro. Let me pull up the league because I mean, look, I know it's
Yeah.
early this season, but it's just
City's the only one that has a perfect record so far.
Liverpool could
Yeah, I said so far.
so far.
Yeah.
I like that English syndrome, man. I like that.
Yeah,
Brighton second.
yeah. They have a better goal difference than
Oh my days. Okay, cool. Where are we? Oh,
we're 11th.
We're not even in top half.
Nope.
What a surprise.
We should be on 7 points, bro. We should be fourth.
You mean you think we should have drawn with City?
Yeah.
And I don't think we should have drawn with City. I think City would have.
City weren't even that convincing, man. They weren't even that good, honestly.
Sadiq, they were in first gear. They never got out of first gear.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because they didn't have to get out of first gear.
No,
Because we
had
had chances, but then if we would have scored a chance, then they would have gotten out of first gear, and then they would have scored another one, and then we would have lost 2-1.
What's he talking about? Talk to him, please. He's
honestly
out in
think
this Chelsea team, bro.
You honestly think we should have drawn to City?
At least we weren't that bad.
We weren't that bad, But to City standards, they were bad. That they only beat us 1-0.
2-0.
Oh, was it two? Yeah, they scored late in the game. Yeah, but I'm only thinking about like the Haaland goal because that's the only goal I actually needed because we didn't really put up that much of a fight against them. We had chances, yes, but we
I don't
didn't
like
take
the
those
slander on
chances.
the club, man. I don't like the slander, man.
I'm not I'm only being realistic here.
Hey, Alfred, talk to him. Talk to him. Nah,
I don't know. I understand where he's coming from, but at the same time, it's not so simple. If we would have scored a goal or two, then they start to
momentum. The
they
momentum.
start to think, yeah, they start to think, oh shit, we're actually underestimating these guys. Then
Do you remember against United when Cole Palmer?
it
Yeah, I
it
remember
might
that.
it, it
But
might not have mattered because of how good they are, but you never know. Like if
They were
your if
missing
your
players,
opposition,
man.
Sadiq, you're also comparing a game against Manchester City to a game against Manchester United.
Bro, think about it. Garnacho scored what? 88th minute. That will kill your head, bro. You will not think about coming. Alfred, you know what I'm talking about. If you can see towards the end,
mm,
you're broken. Look at who was it? Bournemouth yesterday. They were losing 2-0 against Everton or something. And they scored 3 goals in the last 6 minutes. It's all about momentum, bro. It's like real life. You score equalizer, you get excited, even though you were shit the whole game. You just get equalizer and you go for it. That would have we would have saw it against City, man. But look, whatever it is what it is. We lost 2-0, unfortunately. I'm glad we played them that early.
Yeah.
We were angry about the fixtures and stuff. I'm actually glad we played them this early.
yeah, it's great.
God,
It's really good.
but
That's
yeah,
we were
I
home.
agree.
That's the only thing. We were home.
I also agree with that because it might have been a perfect time to maybe show something in the league and maybe get something out of it, but we didn't in the end. And yeah,
We're Crystal
so
Palace.
16th. So they're
Oh, we,
five.
we
They're
gave
five.
them a point.
Yeah, we're 5 places above them.
Okay, relegation's still near us, man.
Yeah, but now next game is it Fulham? No.
West Ham, no?
Yeah, West Ham. I
No,
was
Bournemouth. Bournemouth.
Bournemouth. Yeah.
So we got Bournemouth, we got Barrow. I'll be real with you guys. I've not heard of this. Like, I don't even know where these guys are based. I'll be real with you. I don't even know the city of this place. Okay, I'm sure you guys probably don't know this either. But we've got 2 away games in a row. We've got Bournemouth and we've got West Ham. Now West Ham looks shocking.
Yeah.
Bournemouth on fire with that comeback. They were poor the whole game. And like I said, momentum. They just scored 3 goals in the last 6-7 minutes. It was crazy. Then we got Brighton at home. I mean, look, on paper, we need to be winning these 3 games because if you look at October, who do we have? All right, we've
that's
got
a right
Forest, which is
move.
fine. But we've
Yeah.
got Liverpool, we've got Newcastle,
Yeah.
and
Don't
we've got
yeah.
United, Arsenal.
Don't forget the Conference League games in between those games as well. If you look at October, we start with a game 3rd of October. It's Ghent at home, then Forest at home, then Liverpool away, then it's
Oh wait, there's another international break.
Panathinaikos, yes, and then there's another international break. Then it's Liverpool, then it's Panathinaikos, then it's Newcastle, then it's United, Noah, Arsenal, Leicester, and then Heidenheim in the Conference League, then Aston Villa.
Bare games.
So
Bare.
we're playing games every 3 days.
Yeah, but we're playing on Saturdays. Usually, when we play Thursdays, they give us Sundays.
I think they will move them
Yeah,
because
'cause United will not be 3 p.m. against Chelsea. No way, 3 p.m.
I think that game will stand.
No, not at 3 p.m. No way. That's basically saying that's not on TV. That game is on TV, bro. 100%.
I don't think so.
I listen.
I will. I can see it on TV, so I don't care.
Listen. I promise you,
True.
this game will not start at 3 p.m. It will either be 5:30 on Saturday or be a 4 p.m. kickoff on Sunday. Mark my words.
Bro,
If not,
I,
I'll buy you guys something in life.
bro, I
Okay.
still don't understand how in Australia, yeah, I can watch like if I had multiple screens or whatever. Like we have the option to watch every single game at the same time if we want.
We can't.
I,
I,
We can't.
I
you know,
honestly think it's
like,
because they have like this blackout, I've heard, because they want people to go to the games.
Games, yeah. I mean, people
Because
would go to the games regardless if you
fair
had
enough.
it.
yeah, I get that. It's just people they don't get it. Like
It's
it's
crazy.
it's a stupid thing. Of course, the people with like tickets and season tickets and holders and stuff like that, they will of course always go to the games. But the
Mm.
people that don't have the luxury, for example, they can't they either have to go to maybe a pub or they can't really watch the games because of the blackout. It's silly. Like if you don't get a ticket in time, then you can't really watch a game because of the blackout. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
stupid. Now,
So,
so we have a lot of games coming up.
international break. I mean, these four games. I mean, Brighton on form, obviously, but we have to win these games, in my opinion. All four of these have to be wins. I mean, we should be winning every game anyway. But
Yeah,
I'm saying like this,
I also hope we see a very like a really rotated squad against Barrow. Like
like
they're in the fourth division in like they're in League Two.
don't say that. Don't say that. Trust me, man. Don't underestimate these
I am
teams.
not underestimating him, but with all the fixtures coming up, I predict a lot of rotated players. Like maybe Sancho will play, Felix and Kunku. Like some of these players will play, but I hope to see if maybe a Tyrick George. He was good when he come on against Servette.
Mm.
Maybe an Ashampong to maybe give Gusto a rest. I hopefully now he can just have the 2 weeks off because I don't think he got called up to the France national team. So hopefully he can have the 2 weeks off now to just recover and get fully fit. Hopefully soon Reece James is back. Of course, I don't want to rush him. I like what Maresca is doing with all the like you see Fofana getting like a rest. Lavia, of course, now is injured, but he was taken out of games. Pedro Neto was like man. They're really good. They're now really managing all the injuries.
Yeah.
So I like that from the management that they are taking care of the players, like not what they did with N'Golo Kante, where it's okay, we need them back ASP. What we have done with Reece James, we need them back ASAP. Now, hopefully, we can manage them and give them the rest they need, and hopefully, it will be less occurring injuries for these players.
Yeah. No, it's true. I mean, Gusto, I believe, went off injured as well. Hopefully, it's not a serious one. Con, I can probably echo your comment here. I mean, I mentioned this earlier as well. It's just I don't know, like Enzo and Casado, as I said, didn't have a bad game, but it was more of like when they both go in,
Yeah,
we just
like
we just look so open and we've lost. Literally,
I felt Caicedo was better today. Like I felt like especially in the first half, he was winning almost every single ball that Crystal Palace was trying to move forward. Like he was covering a lot of the space in front of the defense, but him doing that all by himself, like I don't know how Maresca Maresca system. Of course, they won the league in like with Leicester in the championship, but I don't know how the midfield was really operating because I didn't really watch them. But I don't think there was that much space, and I was hoping then like Malo Gusto would have been more sitting next to him, sitting next to Caicedo. He was playing like we played like with three like Gusto, Palmer, and then Enzo like in a triangle in front of a Caicedo, like a diamond. I was then hoping maybe for a like maybe more of a square with Enzo and Palmer, and then Gusto and Caicedo.
Mm.
That's why I think Cucurella is better, because we saw that with Cucurella he was sitting next to Caicedo when he came in, or when they were playing, and let Enzo push a little bit further forward. So
Yeah.
I honestly hope that when Reece James is fit and fully fit and back, we play him. Maybe play him as the right centre back, play Fofana in the middle and Colwell on the left, and then invert Cucurella. Because if we have Cucurella and Caicedo in front of the defense at almost all times, I don't think we will have so much troubles defensively with also the midfield, when we are not hit as much on the break. We aren't cut through butter like they're doing in our midfield now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand, and I also heard a lot of times and Maresca shouting "Malo Malo" something. I only heard his name, but I don't understand why Gusto was allowed to push that high. I thought he would have sat next to Caicedo in this game,
Mm.
not play over the halfway line.
Yeah. I mean, it's it's interesting. Or maybe he's still trying to trial and error a few tactics, few things from our players. It's definitely it's not the worst that I've seen. You know, I do see some positives out of it for sure in terms of the way we've been playing. Um, but yeah, like I said, I just hope we get those wins in the next couple games across September. I mean,
Look,
Alfred,
yeah,
you're gone. Were you gonna say something?
I was going to say, look, I think we can, because one thing, in my opinion, that's for sure, is that we are looking better.
Mm,
Personally, I think that we are looking more dangerous. We are actually pretty good to watch now. Like I'm enjoying watching Chelsea. I know didn't go as planned, but you know, mostly it was quite enjoyable to watch. And let's not forget, we still have some we still have some new boys now that are going to get more and more game time as the season goes on. We're going to see what they can do as well. Like Sancho, obviously, Felix as the season goes on, and Neto. We've got some new boys, some new blood. So hopefully they can uh, they can make it. So we don't see so much of what we saw in the last couple of seasons being so wasteful and stuff like that. Hopefully we can get some more results with this with some of these new attackers as well. And yeah, look, man, yes, again today just wasn't great. But in the end, thank goodness we didn't lose at least, and we just hope for the best. The only thing that pisses me off the most out of everything is when we don't win before an international break, because it means we have to friggin' wait longer to see how we're going to bounce back. You know, I like to win before an international break, and then you know I can relax for a bit until we're back, because I know we're in good form. you know.
yeah, no, for sure. I mean, look, we're gonna wrap up. We'll read this last comment quickly as well. First off, solid combat performance. Second off, expose the young, inexperienced team to not follow instructions, to just keep repeating the basics of the first half. I mean, I do probably agree with that comment. Sindre, is there
Yeah.
anything you'd like to add, Alfred, before we wrap up?
Uh,
Hmm.
I said my piece pretty much. So,
Mm.
Yeah, I
well,
think
actually, I have one question quickly.
Yeah.
Uh, what do you think about this decision to let Sterling go? I mean, do you think he might have been beneficial to have so many games, or do you think it's better that we just let him go?
I'm happy we let him go, but I was a bit annoyed it was Arsenal.
Yeah. So
Like
Yeah,
if he was to United, I wouldn't care.
yeah.
But I think
I
with Arsenal, Arteta has managed him before, and I think that's where he actually stood out for City as well, where he scored. I think it was 20 goals plus. I'm not
mhm.
saying that he'll do that now, but I'm just saying that they've worked together, and he knows how he plays. And I feel like even though Arsenal need the striker, Martinelli, Saka, they haven't really been. I mean, Saka's been okay. Like he's not fallen off or anything, but I saw them a lot better in the past, and I think Trossard is the only guy that's been coming on and making a big change for them. So I feel like he will expect that from Sterling. I don't expect Sterling to start at all, but I think key moments in the season, Sterling will turn up. I do believe that, but I hope he doesn't.
yeah, well, now the thing is, see, I see so many Arsenal fans saying, "Ah, welcome, welcome to the Emirates. Oh, you're an Arsenal player now." It's like, well, no, he's not. He's a Chelsea player on loan to Arsenal. Now, chances are that he's not going to be a Chelsea player anymore for much longer. Maybe he'll never play a Chelsea game again. But my question is, let's say he does absolutely friggin' ball for Arsenal this season. He just scores a shitload of goals, gets a lot of assists. Uh, is there a conversation to be had, I wonder, when he comes back next
No,
season?
no. The man just made it very clear it's not his style of player.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because he's been terrible recently. He just hasn't really shown, uh, his true self that much. But if he has a season at Arsenal where he friggin' balls like nobody expected to, that might be something to think about for the manager, for Maresca
I
when he
mean,
comes.
I get what you're saying, but when a manager comes at the press conference and makes it very clear that he understands that Sterling has massive experience and is one of the legends of the game, you know for City has won leagues, whatever, cool. But when a manager says his ideas does not fit in with Sterling's play, that just tells me regardless if Sterling does really really well, he's not interested. Maybe the
yeah,
board, maybe the
Uh,
board told him already, like we're not interested. We just want him off the wage because this guy's on 300k a week, and we're still paying
true, true.
150 a week,
That's a very big thing. Yeah.
yeah. We're still paying
fifty
his
percent.
wages while he's at Arsenal, and Arsenal didn't pay anything for the loan as well.
Yeah, so it just sums
So
up.
so he's basic, and I think we're paying more than 50% of his wages.
Is
While
it?
he's yeah, I think it's not 50-50. I think it's more than that, and that's just stupid. Like, of course he's an experienced player. Of course Maresca doesn't rate him. I would say he hasn't really been himself since he left City. He hasn't really shown his like anything he can do outside of a Guardiola system. I feel Sterling might be a little bit of a system player, but of course like, oh well, he became one because in the beginning when he first came to City, I don't think he was, because Guardiola really didn't have a system yet, because he was so new to the league. I think Sterling joined the same summer Guardiola did.
Mm.
He was one of Guardiola's first signings for City. Uh, but I it will be interesting, and I think he also will be gone by the end of the season, regardless of how amazing season is. Because don't forget, we have an obligation to buy Jadon Sancho as well this season.
Yeah, yeah.
For of course
By the way,
a
Alfred is.
low, yeah, a low fee, but it's an obligation. And I also think now, with the inclusion of Jadon Sancho, I think Pedro Neto will be moved more out to the right, challenge Noni Madueke on that right hand side. Then it's gonna be Sancho and Mudrik against each other, and then Palmer will be moved into the middle. That's the only reason why I would have seen, like, why I think we'll have gotten a winger,
Happy with that. I'm happy.
especially someone as like with the quality Sancho has shown in the past, and with him being a majority of a left winger. Of course, he has played on both wings for Dortmund in the past, but he performed better on the left. And the problem when he signed for United was they had an academy product that was to a degree performing very well in Marcus Rashford. So they
Mm.
had to play Rashford on the right. No, not Rashford, Sancho on the right. And that didn't work out. He
Yeah.
wants to play on the left, and I think he will play on the left. And then, of course, we will have maybe see João Felix on the left sometimes, maybe Nkunku there as well. But I think majority of the time it will either be Mudrik or Sancho on the left. And with all the games coming up, it's good to have a lot of attacking players. I'm more worried about the midfield and the defense when it comes to a lot of
Rotation.
games,
Yeah.
because I don't trust Chile and Disasi that much, especially Chile right now. He doesn't really have a lot of confidence, and I don't think a lot of the players are trusting him or the fans.
Yeah.
But
No.
the midfield is the really the worrying part for me. We have Lavia, we have Enzo, we have Dewsbury Hall, and we have Casado and Cassidy. That's the five midfielders we have.
Tony.
Hmm? Uh, yeah, Card as well, but I don't think him as I'm talking about the two deep, like the two deeper midfielders. Carney is not that. Dewsbury Hall is not that. I don't think Costa is that. So it's we have three midfielders for two positions with so many games. Like Uguchukwu had a good game in the League Cup for Southampton. He will fitted to the system more than a Cassidy, more to a Dewsbury Hall. I think so. Yeah, like we like why we didn't look for a more a DM in the transfer window, at least to help with cover, because I don't have heard of any youth academy players that would come in and help us as well. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So, I mean, look, I mean, there's a lot of discussions to be taking place over the next couple of weeks. Time will tell how the squad do. Um, yeah, I think this is our longest stream in quite a while.
yeah, yeah,
But unfortunately, it's over a 1-1 draw. It's not even over
yeah.
a win, which is a sad.
No, but sometimes there's good to talk about a draw or a loss, because
Yeah, yeah,
sometimes it can get more like maybe say reactionary like talking points, but
yeah,
also sometimes there's more to talk about, because like if there's a win, of course it can be a bad win where we are not performing, but it's still a win. We are happy about the win, but we can still talk about people, players playing bad or things that didn't go that way.
yeah.
So yeah,
And
it's
and also, I just realized the Liverpool game's on. I
yeah,
forgot. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, look, guys, everyone that's tuning in, if you're watching this after as well, thank you for watching. Make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe. I mean, look, I need to think of some ideas for the international break. Maybe the team and I can look out for it as well. Khan, big up to you, man. Thanks for tuning in. I'm not sure if I've seen you in the comments before, so yeah, make sure you subscribe and hit us up on the socials. I'll drop it in the comments very
He
shortly.
made, he made some good points, man. He speaks
Yeah,
facts.
no, definitely some good points. So Yeah, if you're around, man, let us know. We usually go live straight after the game, or we still need to do watch-alongs for some of these games. And I don't think I have done a preview this season. So yeah,
No, no, we have to do that at some point as well.
so we've got to do that as well. So yeah, I mean, look, Khan, I'll drop my Instagram in the comments. Stay in touch. Sometimes YouTube doesn't notify everyone when we go live. So yeah, everyone tuning in, man. Like the video, subscribe, hit the notification, and we'll see you guys very soon, man. Enjoy the amazing international break that Alfred loves as an England fan. Until then, catch you guys soon. Arsenal drew. I would have said Chelsea won, but we drew. Hopefully, United, Liverpool draw. Spurs lost, and we move on, man.
Yep.
Peace.
Yeah.
Take care,
Peace,
guys.
everyone. Thanks for joining us.